Listen up, he's about to begin the presentation. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. It's nice to meet you all. My name is Eric Omega, and I'm an artist in TV animation. Anyone watch cartoons, animation? Anything you guys are watching right now? Just throw it out. Could be anime. Steven Universe. What else? Big City Dreams. Oh yeah, I worked on that show. Yeah. Anything else? Gravity Falls? I work with the guy who made Gravity Falls. But more on that guy later. Does anyone want to do stuff in animation? Like, okay, what do you want to do?
I want to be an animator, like character animation.
Character animation? Oh, cool. Okay.
I also want to do character animation, like video animation.
Oh, nice, nice. Anything else? Anyone? Anything? Could be like writing.
I would like to be a character artist.
Character. Okay, cool. A lot of character artists. Cool. Yeah. You guys draw a lot? Oh, what class? This is like art, MTA? Oh, cool, cool. Okay. Cool. Here are the shows that I worked on. Anything like familiar? Oh, cool. I'll come back to the slide. I'll go through my timeline of my career, but my first job actually ever is a town country. You guys know? You guys know that? Yeah. It's on Olive. It's a direct TV. So I graduated here in 2008. To give you a sense of what was happening in 2008, the MCU started off, Marvel Cinematic Universe started with Iron Man. That's what the iPhone looked like. It's like the second year of the iPhone. And apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur, that was top of the charts at the time. So, yeah, we got low. So here's my Manachi life. Graduation, I was in tennis, varsity tennis. That's just there to flex. Wire, and I got most creative. This is from the at this point in my life in Manachi, I did not know I wanted to do animation. Like, I didn't even know it was like a career. I kind of wanted to just do, like, my mom always wanted me to become a nurse, because, you know, Filipino, like, oh, you gotta become a nurse. So it just in my head, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something medical. Didn't really want to, but kind of just had that in my mind, dropped Manachi. Oh, and I just drew a lot. I just knew I like art, I like cartoons and anime, and I like drawing, so I just like drew a lot. And then this is my art at the time.
Alright.
Anime stuff.
Very like 2000.
Yeah, it's very of its time, yeah, right? You guys know this old anime? Genshin, yeah, it's Genshin. But why did I choose animation as my career? Well, like I said, always loved cartoons and anime. This one was highly influential in my art. This is like my top favorite movie still. Like animated or not, this is probably like my top favorite movie. This is a classic, probably my favorite anime in general. This is a groundbreaking anime. Top-notch animation here, like game-changing animation. And I'm only watching this right now. It's so good. So, yeah. Anyone watching this anime right now?
Oh,
It's good, right?
it's really good.
Probably one of the best world building I've ever seen.
It's very creative.
Yeah. So we'll talk about my education. So after Manachi, I was thinking of like, okay, where am I gonna go to school? Like, I'm really undecided still. So all I knew was like, I'll just go to community college. I'll go to Portable College, or I'll just get my GED done, just get my general education down. All I knew was just to get like straight A's, just in case like I need to have options for colleges and stuff. yeah, so it's not until there where I decided like, you know what, I'm gonna do me. I'm just gonna full send, go all in art. Like I'm just gonna. I love my mom, but I gotta do what I always wanted to do. So I started looking up like state colleges because I knew they had like a degree. They give you a degree, and my mom wanted me to have that degree. So I looked up Cal State colleges that had an animation program, and there was like two that came to mind, or that I Google searched and then did some research. Two of them were San Jose State, is where Catherine went to. She's a storyboard artist in the industry, so if you have any questions, she got you. She went to San Jose State, and then I went to Cal State Fullerton, where I graduated in 2015 with a Bachelor's of Fine Arts. Yeah, so I packed up my things in Porterville, went all on my own to Fullerton, learned a lot, grew as a person, built up my fundamentals of art, got a degree. So here, back at this page again, this is my career after college. So after college, I landed some freelance work as a background designer for Adventure Time and Regular Show. So I worked on a couple episodes for that. So a background designer draws the background. They only do the line art. They don't paint. It's just drawing the background. So I worked on I don't know if you guys, have you guys seen the show?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if you know the James Baxter episode.
I
Oh,
love
the
James
James
Baxter.
Baxter.
Yeah, the James
one.
Baxter, yeah, that, I worked on the second one where he comes in and he like lost his beach ball or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I designed Raggedy Princess's Kingdom. It's pretty much just a garbage dump. So I designed all the garbage dump and it was great. And I worked in that regular show where they go to this like space IKEA or something like, yeah, like they go to space. And after that ended, I just cold emailed Rick and Morty because I knew they were looking for like anything. They were looking like color designers, anything. I was like, I'm available, like here's my portfolio. And then they replied, surprisingly, and they said, it's great work, here's a test. And then you take a test. I took a color design test, so pretty much they sent me like assets to paint, make it like into the style of the show. So I did that, and then a week later they responded, and yeah, I got the gig. So this was my first full-time job right here. And then after that, I worked on season 3. I did Pickle Rick. You guys know, yeah, I came up with the colors for Pickle Rick and all the rats and all that crazy stuff. We won an Emmy for that episode, so that's pretty cool. And then after that ended, I jumped on to Spider-Man. I don't know if you guys seen this series. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. A lot of cool people working on that. Yeah, and then I was doing freelance at the same time with this show and this show. So this is Nickelodeon and DreamWorks. So I was like bouncing between the 3. I was like full time here, and then after work I would like work on these 3 shows. It was nuts. You guys know the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How about this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. I'm just wondering for my own like I wonder who's watching or if anyone's watching like am I doing it? And then after that ended, I went out to Big C Dreams because my friend that worked, my old past coworker at Rick and Morty, hit me up and like, hey, we're looking for a color designer. Like I know you're great at it, and so they emailed me and they wanted me to come here. So I went here to Disney, and that's where like I was playing with the big boys now. Like I was at Disney, so it was really nice. Like you get free park, like Disney park access anytime. You bring like 3 guests, anytime. A lot of discounts. It was cool. You felt really appreciated there. So I was there for season 2 or 3, and then suddenly Netflix made up their own animation studio, which like shook up the industry. Like, because it was a tech company that had a lot of money, and they like made up their own TV anime or like anything. Like they recruited like a bunch of legends like Glenn Keane. I don't know. Glenn Keane's like an animator. Like he animated like Little Mermaid and all that stuff. So I was like sitting with that lunch with Glenn Keane. I was like, he's right there. I studied here at work. Yeah, so that was crazy. Netflix, they treat you well. They free food and stuff. It's like because it's a tech company, they do well. A lot of fun. in 2020, and everything from then on is work from home. So work from home and hybrid. So worked on this show right after from home. Beautiful show, but boring. This show comes out actually in 2 days, called Good Times. One of the producers is Seth MacFarlane, so yeah, Family Guy guy. So that comes out 2 days, check it out. And then after that, I worked on this unannounced Nickelodeon movie about it. And I worked on the Sonic game. Did some backgrounds for that. So have you guys played this game or know about this game? Yeah. Cool, yeah. One of the best projects I worked on because everyone is super passionate about it. They're like, we all love Sonic. We're like, oh cool, I used to play Sonic back in the day, so like, it was a dream come true to design for Sonic.
I really liked the colors in that game a lot, like I loved how the colors.
Oh, thanks, yeah, I was one of the color people, so. It's free on Steam, so check it out. And then I worked on this show that I don't like to talk about, because,
Yeah.
I mean, I worked on the colors look great, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't well received, and I agree. The writing was a little lame, but and currently I'm on this show at Tip Out, but for Disney, called Stugo. Comes out maybe this year, next year. Yeah, really cute, charming show, really funny. Probably one of the best crews I've worked with. It's an amazing show. Check it out when it comes out. Keep an eye out for it. So, do you guys think you need a degree? You guys need a degree to work in animation? Surprisingly, it's not necessary. What matters most is boiled down to two very important things. Is to have an excellent portfolio. And what does that mean? That means you showcase your strong points, let your passion shine, post your work online. Online is very important. When you post your work online, that you get eyes on it. And I've met even people in the industry where they came out of nowhere and like, oh, where'd you go to school? Like, oh, I didn't go to school. Like, they just picked me up on Twitter and Instagram. But they're like really good. And number two is being an enjoyable person to work with. That's very important too. So yeah, that means do your job well, hit those deadlines, be a team player, because animation isn't made by one person, it's made by a whole, like 100 people. So just, yeah, be a team player and be a nice person. And I want to show you some examples, like first-hand examples of like how we get jobs today in animation is through like DMs. So here are my DMs on Instagram. So this was a guy I worked with at Rick and Morty. He became an art director. And he said here, yeah, you always like, I need an amazing color design, you always come to mind. There's another one where how I got my current job. I worked with her on a Netflix show, and she'd love to work with you again. There's another one, a text from an old coworker. He became an art director, and he offered me a job, but I turned down. But he said, yeah, you're always good people, color skills are on point, and you're getting better and better. So it's very important to just be an enjoyable person, just be genuinely a good person, and be good at your job, pretty much. So the question is like, how do you get good at art? How do you make dope art? And that's where school could come in. So here's where you can get education. This is based on like everyone I've asked my colleagues. I've asked my colleagues, oh, where did you go to school? Do you recommend it? What resources do you go to learn? And here's all I've gathered, and I know personally because I've taken Proco classes. Schoolism is really good. I know the guy who did this, who runs this school. So here's online courses you can take. And here's some in-person courses, which I've taken as well, which I highly recommend. Concept Design Academy, that's in Pasadena. Yeah, all the teachers there currently work in the industry, so they work on like Marvel movies and everything. So you're in good hands if you go here. I think they do online courses too. And I looked into Cal State colleges too, so this is where I went. These are the two I know that have an animation program, so if you're interested. I know Long Beach has one too, so check that out, but this is the ones I know personally. And here's some private schools. And I put it dollar sign because that's the most expensive. Yeah, so if you have the means, like, go for it. Art Center, a lot of my, so most of my colleagues today, they all came from these. But honestly, most of them said art centers might not be as good anymore, but you can check that out. But Cal Arts is what is known to be like the top of the top. Like, a lot of legends came from Cal Arts. It's very expensive, and they still do recommend it. So give that a look. These are all in California except for these three. I think this is Maryland, Rhode Island, I think Atlanta, not sure, but yeah. Art Center's in Pasadena, Cal Arts is in Valencia, this is in LA. And there's some additional resources. Like YouTube's always good, like there's some good stuff on YouTube, good channels. This is, so pretty much what I did when I was learning, I went to CSUF, I went to here also at the same time, did some courses here, and then a lot of stuff from YouTube. And here's some books that I recommend that, just the top of my head, just a few of many that really helped me. So frame ding, if you're into like composition, if you want to learn composition, storyboarding, frame ding is great. Color and Light, one of the best books to learn color theory. And this Animator Survival Kit. Do you guys know this book? Yeah. Okay. Well, I do have one to donate, like to the library or yeah, it's right here. Yeah. It's like the animated Bible, pretty much. So. Now we get to the fun stuff. What do I do exactly in animation? So here are the titles that I've done throughout my career. I design backgrounds, I paint backgrounds, which I'm doing right now. Color designer, which I've done for many years, and a biz dev artist. So here's one from that show that's coming out in 2 days. So a regular work day is like, since I work from home, like, oh, we have a meeting, and then I just log on. Like, okay, Eric, your task for this week is to design me an interior of a police car, like an older police car, but it belongs to a scummy cop, like a bad cop. So I first do a sketch. This is my sketch. Got some, stereotypical donuts, like briberies down here. So I'd send this to the art director and like, what do you think? And like, oh great, can we change, I don't know, can we put the cup, make the cup smaller, bigger? Can we move that gun over here? Stuff like that, some small stuff like that. And then here's my tight line drawing, so I cleaned it up. And then finally here's my color and light applied. So I don't know if they actually use this shot in the show, but this is more of like a look development, like they want to like feel the image. Here's one for that Sonic game. So for this one, I was tasked to make, so it's a murder mystery, so you go throughout the train cars. And one of the train cars, one of the levels is a library car. So they wanted to look like a cozy, fireplace lit library car that's like two-tiered. There's another floor above, like some crazy stuff like that. So here's my rough sketch. There's supposed to be some clickable items too. So in the script, it says like, oh, you can click the globe on the desk. So I put the clickable items around. Just according to the script, I kind of just like whatever I saw in my head, I kind of put down. Show that to the art director, any approvals there, any tweaks, and then I did my tight line, I clean, everything blue is clickable, and then my final color over here. So cozy fire lit, nice little dust, yeah. And then here's an example of color design. A color designer is someone who paints everything that will be animated. Everything that's going to move will be painted, will be touched by the color designer. So say I'm a cartoon character, talking whatever, I pick up this mouse. Now the color designer colors not only the character but also this mouse, because it's going to animate. It's not part of the background anymore. So this chair will probably be a background. This would be a background element. So that will be painted by a background painter, not a color designer. So the prop designer would give me this. As a color designer, a prop designer would give me this, like there's a car crash in the scene. The prop designer draws it, and then I would put the color to it. And I think I looked up the car too, like what kind of car is that? I looked up like, I think it was Aston Martin or something, and I guess it's mostly red, so I threw red on there, add some shadows, And then I put it on top of the background paint, so to make sure it works, make sure it looks good. I added some drop shadows, and this call out here is to tell the animators to use this multiply blending mode for anything transparent like that. So if the windows were transparent, then I would call that out too, but I made them opaque. So. Oh, and I do want to show you an example of color design from Dixie Greens. If you guys want to know what the storyboard looked like, it's for an episode called People Watching. This is how a storyboard looks like. So draw each, and the standard software is Storyboard Pro. You guys know that program. But here is, I'll show you guys the animatic. So this is pretty much a storyboard, just like edited and timed together. So as a color designer, I would start my day, I'd watch the animatic and like kind of just like know where things are and what things would be.
Aha! Hiding behind that complete average appearance is the world-renowned super spy, Falcon Tuxedo. Falcon is a businessman, lawyer, and citizen of Explosion City. Time to go to work. Order in the court. We find this man guilty of not selling enough money. Objection. Why sell money when you can buy it?
Wow, that was a great story, Cricket.
I'm not done yet. Thanks for getting rid of the judge, Falcon, but I was guilty the whole time. I love crime!
Why is there a helicopter?
There's always a helicopter. Falcon blasted off a criminal's ready with a giant rocket launcher. Falcon's dance moves were too good. And then the helicopter exploded and the criminal was hurled through the sky, but Falcon swept in and saved him. You saved me, but after I betrayed you. Why? Because I could never let you die. Brother. Huh? What? Whoa! That's how you tell a story. What?
So, have you guys seen that episode? Anyone? So here's what the effects designer did. Like, as a color designer, you receive these assets and like, okay, there's an explosion in that scene. So knowing like, they told me from the color script, it's like purple, blues, green. So I made sure to make it like crazy because it's like Cricket's imagination. So it has to be like super over the top anime. It seemed like they're going for an anime thing. So that's my colors on that explosion. And then here's some character designs. Like they do a quarter front and a quarter rear for this. Because you're telling the animators like how it turns, pretty much. That guy, that character. So that's my color. I think they were going for like a Phoenix Wright character, so I kind of went with that. I went with like a Gurren Lagann kind of thing. Oh, that was a different one. A little special pose, and with the lighting, added the lighting. And then I'll show you the final.
Hiding behind that completely average appearance is the world-renowned super spy, Falcon Tuxedo. Falcon is a businessman, lawyer, and citizen of Explosion City. Time to go to work. Order in the court. We find this man guilty of not selling enough
that guy
money.
green 'cause of money?
Objection. Why sell money when you can buy it?
Wow, that was a great story, Cricket.
I'm not done yet. Thanks for getting rid of the judge, Falcon, but I was guilty the whole time.
Lighting is
I love
important there.
crime!
Why is there a helicopter?
There's always a helicopter. Falcon blasted off after the criminal, but the criminal was ready with a giant rocket launcher. But Falcon's dance moves were too good. And then the helicopter exploded and the criminal was hurled through the sky, but Falcon's what didn't save him. You saved me, but after I betrayed you. Why? Because I could never let you die, brother. That's how you tell a story.
So that was examples of color design, my workflow. What's next? Oh, as we're wrapping up here. These are just some animation jobs that I know. Like every production I've been on, there's one of these. So if there's anything you want to look into, it's here. Do you have any questions on anything, what these people do? Because I know a little bit of each one. But yeah, so the most experience I have is here. Designer, background designer, painter, and color designer. But yeah, and there's also some ups and downs in the industry. Every series has an end, maybe except Simpsons, but seasons end. So when seasons ends or series ends, we have to look for another job. We pretty much have to constantly look for work. So we have an end date. When we sign on to a project, like, okay, here's your start date, here's the projected end date. So my end date right now for the show I'm on is this July 12th. So right, like maybe like 2 months or a month before, I'm reaching out, like maybe still on Instagram, like, hey, like usually a normal thing to do is to post an Instagram story or something like, hey, I'm looking for work in the next month or so. Keep me in mind. I do color design, background paint. So yeah, so networking in that way is important. And projects can get canceled. So that happened twice in my career. At Netflix Animation, I was gonna work on the Gravity Falls. Alex Hirsch, he's the creator of Gravity Falls. He was gonna make his own show at Netflix. Like a lot of money was poured into it. Like everyone was super excited. We were about to start. Like I was hired on. I was starting that Monday. It was like Friday. And then I got a call and they were like, we're gonna cancel the show. We're so sorry. So I mean, I got a severance package, but yeah. Things like that can happen, and you'll just be out of work until you can find something else. So it took me like maybe a few months to find work after that, but unfortunately that does happen. And another instance is I found another job. Oh, and I also turned down Marvel Studios. I got an offer from Marvel Studios, but I turned it down for Alex Hirsch's show, so that sucked. And then I worked on a show, and we were like 6 months into production. And unfortunately, we got this call at like 11 a.m. like, oh, we have a surprise meeting. And we all jumped on knowing like, I think we're gonna get canceled. And then yeah, we hopped on the call. Yeah, we got canceled. So all that work, it will never see the light of day. So sadly, that can happen. But it's fine, like that happens. We will always find work. Like in my experience, we will get back on. But yeah, as long as you're passionate, truly passionate for what you do, you love to make art, you'll be happy. Like you'll find work. As long as you let that passion shine through. Yeah, I'm excited to see what you all create. And I hope to see you at studios. And you guys want to look at like my portfolio or like go through any portfolio looks like?
Yeah.
Questions for him?
Oh, do you guys have questions first, or? Oh,
I actually do have one. What program did you say you used for storyboarding?
Storyboard Pro. That's the standard,
Okay.
right? Storyboard Pro. Do you guys work with that here?
No, but I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, Storyboard Pro is the
Okay.
standard. Yeah. And for anything else design related, like background painting, background design, character design, it's usually Photoshop. So Adobe Photoshop is standard. When you go to a studio, yeah.
Are there any certifications that they can now get, maybe before they graduate, that would help them? That you,
Things like,
yeah, like in terms of animation.
for animation, I don't know about graphic design since that's something totally
Okay.
different. Graphic design is more like logos and stuff like that, like package
Okay,
stuff.
is there anything related to animation that they might be able to get, or that you know of? No?
I don't.
Okay, no worries.
But yeah, I just do recommend taking those courses that I listed earlier. Because never once did I had an interview and they asked me what school you went to. They never really asked me that. The only time that came up is when we're networking with like other coworkers, like, oh hey, what's up? Like we're at lunch, they're like, oh, what school did you go to? But they never get in an interview. They never ask me like, what degree? What's your degree or whatever. Getting that degree helps because you have that in-person learning. Like you're surrounded by like-minded people physically, and they're just like collaborating, which is super important. That's what school does for you. But you don't really need like a lot of people at like this. Yeah, a lot of people actually from Cal Arts. They actually don't graduate Cal Arts because they get picked up before they even graduate. So a lot of my friends that are here, they never got the degree. So, but they're like highly successful. Sorry? Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead and take a picture of this. Like, it's good stuff right here. Good for education. But also do your research too. But this is based on my experience and like asking all my colleagues. Yeah. So, just as long as you have a good your skill set is down, you have a good portfolio. That's all they really care about. When you email them, you just show your portfolio website. And they also ask for your Instagram. They ask for your Instagram, like any social medias. They like put your portfolio website down, like cool. Next tab down is like social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, IMDb. So I'm like, okay, so I have to get those links down and copy paste it in there too. So posting online is very important. I'll be coming through my that. So here's my portfolio. I have it separated between color design, which I've done the most, and environments, and my personal work. And then I have this under password because these haven't aired yet. But you actually have seen this already, if you remember, that's the cover. So here's, if they click on color design. So I use the website Carbon Made just because they have these cool little sliders. So I can show them like, this is what the character designer gave me, and then this is me after I'm done with it. And then here's another one from, have you guys seen Inside Job?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. I'm actually wondering like, who has seen it? Okay, yeah, check it out. The entire thing? Yeah. We're supposed to get another season, but yeah. Yeah, it's always, it happens. But yeah, before and after. Here's another one. This is what I'm given. So I apply color natural lighting and effect. This is an effect. This is Pitbull poster. I added all the cards, like all the stuff in the background, like photo bash, like a bunch of like Miami skyline and stuff. Before and after. A lot of effects. So I can show them that I can do crazy effects pretty much. I did the lineup, so I made the colors for the cast. Show that they are different from each other. Explosion effects, lasers, some psychedelic stuff. This is from Rick and Morty season 3. Here's before, here's after. So you can see I painted these like, because it's a crazy design, so you kind of like, I need to look at the face. The focal point is the face, right? So I made these little arrows that go up into his face. So stuff like that a color designer can do, just to plus it, to make you look to where you want to look. Some of these cards. Props from Rick and Morty. Take a Rick scene, transforming. Rats. So crazy story about this, this is my first full-time job, coloring. So I was in the studio, and then like, I think, there's like a window right behind me into the hall, and they had a tour come by, and I was like painting these rats, and I had like a rat dissection video up too on my second monitor, and I'm like, I swear I'm not crazy. Just doing research. Because they were super detailed with this, like they were like doing it and stuff, so I had to see what they were. This one was to show I can do a decomposing alien, and the day is changing, the lighting is changing, so that was a challenge. Explosion, again. Summer turning inside out. Alien stuff, Nickelodeon. Stuff. It's the Pokemon reference. Yeah, if you have any questions, just throw them out. We'll go to the next one, environments. So some of this is personal. Zoom out a bit. So this is on my own time. I was in Oakland and I took a picture of this cool little car, and I just drew it and I painted it. So this is all actually in Procreate. So yeah. So Procreate is becoming more popular. It's not standard yet in the industry, but I've seen some character designers use it for their sketches, just for their rough sketches to show. So Procreate, it's a good idea to invest in that, in an iPad and Procreate. And the industry standard hardware is the Wacom Cintiqs. Yeah, so every studio has a Wacom Cintiq. Fine air stuff. So I go out there and I was on my iPad and I just like painted this on the iPad. This was actually on my phone because my phone has a stylus. So I go out there and I just paint these visually. This was actually at my school. That's it. Adventure time, backgrounds. Just to show I can do backgrounds. This is that episode I worked on. I put some kid stuff in here too. Like what did I do? That's my friend's car. I play Splatoon, so this is like a Splatoon thing. This was supposed to be Lens of Truth from Zelda. Yeah. That's crazy Pam. Some background designs. Supposed to be like he told me to do like a crazy idea, and I just thought of a skate park in a volcano. So there's a Sonic one, and it's also good, I think, just to have some of your personal stuff. Like just show what you like to draw and paint. I like to draw cars and girls, so and here it is. It's cool stuff. So yeah. Robot stuff. I like skateboarding, so.
How long does it take? You can just do
One of these, maybe like a few hours, like 2, 3 hours, depending. Get that art stuff. I play Smash Bros. Too, so. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. Yeah, I draw this on my free time. It's good to show what you like to do. They appreciate that for your portfolio. Live drawing is very important too. Yeah, anatomy, learning anatomy, especially if you want to be a character designer, storyboard artist. Yeah, live drawing. And I highly recommend Proco on that course website, Proco. Goes my bow. My picture and then the little thing, what I do. It's important to say what you do, because that's what the recruiters and they look at. Okay, who does BG paint? And they have to look at what you do. You can't just say like you are, yeah. And then yeah, of course your socials, because this is what they ask for sometimes. So I put that there. Emails, and then these are all the companies I've worked for. want to show you, since you guys, I think you guys are trying to go to Titmouse.
We
So-
were trying to.
You're trying
yeah.
to. So actually, last Thursday when I was in the office, I recorded my day. So if you just want to see,
Yeah.
you want to see that? It's like raw footage, so it's not like super exciting, but it's just me walking up to my desk, see what my coworkers are up to.
Joking. Just your face at all.
Just go to the office. That's what the office is like. Hallway. The stairwell. You can draw on it. Just draw on the stairwell. And it still goes up, but this is my floor, so that's me working. Awkwardly working.
Crazy person to bring on the
Sorry.
street. They would always be like weird.
Walking back from lunch.
Yeah, these are still fresh.
My coworker made kimchi for us, so we shared it.
I don't want to get dirty.
And they said there was Easter candy around the office, or we're trying to find Easter candy. We're just like walking around. But we kind of don't know where we're going, we're just exploring. Conference room. That's my color team. Character designer, prop designer. We thought we found the Easter candy, but it looked pretty sad, so we're like, this can't be it. That's the logo of the studio, Titmouse. And I think we found it. I think this is it, because it looks nice. Oh, that's what. I like these. This is from Ike's, right?
Yeah, these are from
These are
Ike's.
still from Ike's.
Nobody takes them, but these are the best candy. I don't want to like that.
Every like 2 weeks, there's a cookie out here.
This is the cafeteria. They have like ping pong and like the Nintendo Switch for everyone to play over there. This is how a meeting looks like. This is a design review meeting. And on my way out, just want to look at the Switch and the ping pong table. I play that every day, every time I come. But yeah, that's Titmouse.
Any questions, Mr. Rand?
Other than that,
Do you usually work with?
oh, storyboard revisionist. Oh, that's. Do you want to answer that? What's a storyboard revision? What's a storyboard revisionist do?
They pretty much take the boards and they revise and clean up and fix all the proportions and the line work and just make sure it's more clear and fix any perspective or environments. Pretty much fix everything that needs to be done.
Yeah. So this is Catherine Nguyen, by the way. She did storyboards for like Inside Job, Moon Girl at Disney TV. So yeah, she's highly experienced in storyboard. So if you have any questions on storyboard.
You usually work on site or sometimes remote?
So every studio is different nowadays. Ever since the pandemic happened, it used to
Yeah.
be all every day in the studio,
Oh, okay.
9 to 5.
Now
Like,
it's
you know.
changed.
Yeah, now that has changed. So it depends on the production. Some is just full on remote, so you don't even have to go in. Like Marvel Studios, they actually had one, but they actually like just got rid of the building because no one came in.
Oh.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like I know it's a mix. People are either you want to go in the studio and people are like I don't want to go in the studio. So
Yeah, it just depends on their focus, huh?
yeah, but most of them I think are hybrid, so you can have that option too. So I think Disney TV. I think actually theirs is a minimum of 3 days to come in.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So there's some good options then.
Yeah.
Looking for.
Which I miss because I do love being in the studio because it's more collaborative. Like I miss like just knocking on my art director's door and be like, hey, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
You know, instead of like, hey, can we go on a call? It's like kind
Through,
of yeah.
The
So
process is hard.
yeah, so it's different. Yeah, right. Because like I like walking around people's cubes and like seeing what's on display. Like they have like anime figurines or some books or like I don't know something like cool you can talk to. And since networking is very important in the industry, it's good to like have your face be seen and see other people and like just talk about what they like doing and stuff. So yeah.
questions, guys? Those of you who are interested in animation?
Just a question for like storyboard, I guess.
Yeah.
Like since in MTA you came up with our own storyboards, but like how long does it take for you to make your own storyboard for one episode?
Depends. Like usually, typically in a studio, you take like maybe like over 10 pages of script for each episode for like a 15-minute episode. And I would say like 2 or 3 storyboard artists like split up the script, and then each storyboard artist would have like maybe 1 or 2 script pages, and that would take me like maybe like 2 weeks, I would say, to like complete it. But then we would have to clean it up for an extra week, so maybe 3 weeks. But every like show is different, and they have their own schedule and budget too. So you kind of have to like pace yourself and try your best to get it done, whatever they give you, how many weeks they give you. But 2 or 3 weeks, I would say, would be average overall.
No other questions?
Do you guys go into anywhere on YouTube or anything, any websites to learn from? Just curious.
I just read the visual.
Or you just draw stuff?
What I do is, if I have like a person artist I really like, and I really like their art style, I kind of get inspiration from their art style and I try to mimic it, but not really copy it, kind of turn it into
Right.
like how I want to do it.
Yeah.
So I see the artist's art style, I'm like, I want that, I want to try to draw that. Like,
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
try to do what wants to do.
Yeah, I definitely do that too. Like, if I really like someone's art, I'll take that into inspiration, kind of mix it into my own. Yeah.
Like since I know drawing friends, like have you ever got inspired by your friends if they make like their own character from the studio?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Like, since we're all like on Instagram and stuff, like they post their work. Like we're always posting our work, and we see like, oh, what's my friend up to? And I'll just like their stuff. Like, I get inspiration all the time from, like even like Kat here. She posts her storyboards, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And maybe I'll draw my eyes like that now or something.
Yeah, I'm not into painting like Eric, but I always like looking at paintings to get inspired.
Yeah, because like my friends, they are doing like their own Dungeons and Dragons character, and
Oh,
so
cool.
I made one myself.
Yeah, it's cool.
But I have a hard time doing like the anatomy of the body.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Practice.
yeah. Draw a lot, yeah, and also look into like anatomy courses online, for sure. And there's some stuff on YouTube too. Yeah, just simplify the body shapes pretty much.
I was gonna say, because like when you're anatomy, it has like a shape, and it depends how you want to draw the bodies. Like they can be realistic or cartoony.
Yeah, that's true. But I do recommend like first learn the rules, like draw it accurately first. You got to learn the rules to break the rules, pretty much. So learn how to draw it correctly first, and then you can have fun and play around with it. Play around with proportions, like a longer neck, whatever. Like, yeah, squats and stretch, that stuff. So, yeah.
What methods do you use when it comes to drawing cars to make sure that it comes out the way you want?
Oh, that's a good question. Cars are really tough because they come in different shapes and sizes, and if you know perspective, then you know how to draw a car. But like, say if a car is more like egg-shaped, that's where it gets tough. So when I see an egg-shaped car, then I'll kind of just draw an egg first. I actually just draw an egg, and then I carve it out from there. Like start, and then I see where the lines converge, and I use my perspective skills to find that car in that egg. So, yeah.
Any last minute questions, guys? Okay, well, please let him know if you guys enjoyed this. Give him a
Yeah.
round of applause.
I'm here as long as you want. Yeah, it's good to meet you guys. Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah. I'm here for whenever, so.
Okay, thank you.